I'd like to call the April 20th Mansborough Council meeting to order. Please rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Still want to chair. New chair.
For the record, the mayor will not be joining us this evening, and since we don't have ordinances on the agenda for final passage, I don't need to move over there, so I'll be conducting tonight's meeting. Personal Appeals Part 1. Anyone with a personal appeal, please step forward, sign in, state your name and address for the record, and you have 5 minutes.
John Donchis, 559 Minor. Just an announcement, mostly as far as there's a SEPTA meeting tomorrow, Firehouse number 1. It's called State of the County. We'll have 4 of the county commissioners there talking about what's going on, what their future plans are and all. Probably be a good one if anybody wants to attend. It's free and open to the public. And then along that lines, we'd like to invite our borough manager, Shane, if it's possible, for June, when is that? 19th, third Tuesday, nope, 16th, to basically do the same thing if it's possible, just to give an announcement like that now so that council knows and everybody, and see if we can make that arrangement. It'd be good. So I'll just leave it at that for now, and I'll check with, I'll write something up and send it in if it's possible, and then see how that would work out.
What
Other
time
people.
tomorrow night?
Starts at 7:30. Doors
7:30.
open at 7. Starts at 7:30 for the actual program.
Okay.
Actually, even Josephine Sadrovich is going to be there. She'll be leaving the area, so it's going to be a little celebration for her too, if anybody's interested in that. And hope to see everybody. Take care.
Thank you. Anyone else with a personal appeal? Hearing none? Community minute. Any member of council have an item for community minute? Mr. Anders?
Yes, just a quick announcement that the Emmaus High School boys baseball team, will be playing a home game at the community park on March 23rd and May 5th at 7 p.m. And also the high school softball girls have been playing several games down at Kiwanis. You have to check the schedule because they've had a lot of rainouts, but they've been rescheduling and playing here in town.
You mean April 23rd?
April 23rd.
Excuse me, did I say May?
March.
March?
The other M.
That's it.
Thank you.
On that.
Anyone else have an item for community minute? Mr. Shubsta, were you going to make?
I'm just gonna, just want to do 2 things. One, I want to thank everyone for coming out on Saturday for the Earth Day. It was very successful. The only thing that I see, and I think we should probably look at for next year, is our attendance as far as volunteers are down. Some groups were missing. A lot of kids didn't show up until about 9 o'clock, so we were a little worried when about 8:30 nobody was there. And you were there also. But everybody who worked on that did a great job. The EAC really does a fine job and putting it all together for them. Also, on Sunday, the dedication for the mosaic was done at the library, and just want to congratulate everyone who was involved in that. The East Penn School District and also the EAC for helping out the Emmaus Arts Commission.
Thank you. It looks awesome. It really does.
Yeah.
Anyone else have an item for community minute? Hearing nothing. Special presentations? We have none this evening. Reading of the minutes. In your binder are the minutes from the April 6th council meeting. Is there a motion to dispense with the formal reading of those minutes? Motion by Mr. Lavenberg. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Barrett. Discussion? All those in favor? We have 7 ayes. Additions or corrections? Hearing none. Motion to adopt is drafted. Motion by Mr. Lavenberg. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Anders. Discussion? All those in favor? We have 6 ayes. Those opposed? Those abstaining? Mr. Brown is abstaining. If you could put that in writing, please. Decision on bids. We have nothing on our agenda this evening. Communications. First letter in our binder comes from Barbara Cole in reference to Zumba classes, at Community Park. She had sent a letter, and she is stating, in addition to the earlier letter of the day, recognizing the incredible couple, Tessie and Pedro, and their family, most important, that I failed to mention, please keep them as happy as they have kept us for the wonderful Aqua Zumba classes. She'd like to see that they continue. I will send that to Parks and Rec, Mr. Anders.
Special Entertainment Commission.
Okay,
Right, that's who's coordinated them.
coordinated, yeah. That works. Thank you. Next letter comes from John Ashcraft. He is writing on behalf of St. John's Evangelical Lutheran Church at 501 Chestnut Street here in the borough, and they are requesting handicap parking spaces. I will refer this to the Public Safety Committee. Next item in your letter, or in your binder rather, is a letter from Bud Coates. Rodale Incorporated would like to rent Emmaus Community Swimming Pool on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 7 to 8 a.m. Again this year. In the past, we've begun to use the pool on Wednesdays following Memorial Day and continue through the summer, ending the Friday prior to Labor Day. This is my request from May 4th to September 4th, 2015. As in the past, Rodale Incorporated will pay $25 per rental session and $12.50 per session for a lifeguard. I will refer this to Parks and Rec. Also in your binder is a letter from Todd Graff, lives at 1369 Arch Street, and he is emailing us to see if the borough would consider a couple of things. We have a borough-managed aging small park at the end of our street. I have noticed some people coming up and looking at the park. I'm not sure if they were from the borough or not, but I'd like to know if the borough is considering repairing or replacing the playground equipment. Repair the large crack in the basketball court, add lighting to the basketball court so the kids and adults can enjoy playing basketball after it starts getting dark. Optional extra requests or fencing on the back half of the basketball courts. When people miss the net, the balls don't go into the woods. I will refer that also to Parks and Rec. Mr. Barrett.
Just a brief comment on the letter from Bud Coates. That request is to start May 4th. This is something that we've annually had come in, but I don't think that the Parks and Rec committee meets until after that point.
We meet on the 5th.
I mean, he's not, I mean, if
okay.
he wants to use the pool on May 4th, he's more than welcome to.
It's not
But it's
ready.
still gonna be green or empty, it's gonna be one of the two.
Yeah,
It's not ready.
so,
He must have put the wrong date in.
okay, because I always thought it was June that they
Yeah,
usually
I think it
started
is
this.
June.
It's probably
Okay.
June, yeah.
I was
Because the
thinking the
pool's
same
closed
thing.
till Memorial Day
Yeah,
weekend
that's what I
anyway.
thought. That's why I was trying to figure out where this
Yeah.
request, okay.
Good catch,
Chlorine
Joe.
in there now.
All right, on your desk this evening, there's also some communication. Edward Fornschlater would like to serve another term on the Parks and Recreation Commission. I will forward that to Parks and Rec, along with Jeff McElhaney. He would also like to serve another term on the commission. His commission expires May 1st, as well does Mr. Fornschlater. So, Mr. Anders, if you could add those to your agenda as well. Also, I'd like to recognize the Ambulance Corps. They received an award, 2015 Mission Lifeline EMS Bronze Performance Achievement Award. And this award comes from the American Red Cross, Mr. Pepe, is that what I saw?
Yes, I believe so.
Yes, American Heart Association, so yes, so it's excellent for the Ambulance Corps. Any member of council have an item for communications? Mr. Pepe, do you have anything?
I do not.
I have nothing, and the mayor has nothing. Borough Engineers Report. We have no engineer this evening. Solicitors Report. Freddie Dimick.
Yes, thank you. Just like you to know that our reply brief to the PLRB will be filed tomorrow. It's in draft form right now. In fact, Mr. Pepper has it. The reply brief to the union will be filed on Wednesday. And that's all I have to report.
Thank you. Unfinished business, Part 1. We have nothing on the agenda. New business. Nothing on the agenda. Unfinished business, Part 2. Ordinance 1126. It's scheduled for second reading, May 4th. Items not on the agenda subject to Rule 9. Any member of council have an item that they wish to bring forward? Hearing none. Mayor's report. In your binder is a proclamation for Arbor Day. Proclamation 2015-375 Arbor Day, whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture, that a special day be set aside for planting of trees, and whereas the resulting holiday, Arbor Day, was first observed in that state with the planting of more than 1 million trees, and whereas Arbor Day is now recognized throughout the nation and the world, reminding us that one person's initiative can make a lasting and meaningful difference, and whereas trees are a renewable source that yield fruit and nuts for food and profit, wood for construction, fuel for warmth, paper for products, and a wide variety of other goods and materials. Whereas, when properly selected, planted in the right places, and tended appropriately, trees increase property value, add beauty, enhance economic vitality of business district, cut heating and cooling costs, and provide buffers from traffic. And whereas, trees intercept storm water, reduce runoff and erosion, clean air and water, provide oxygen, slow climate change by absorbing carbon dioxide, provide habitat for wildlife and moderate air temperature. And whereas, a healthy urban forest can bring a sense of vibrancy or respite, adventure or calm, escape or contentment in connection with wild nature amidst asphalt and concrete. And now, whereas I, Mayor Winfield Yopes, Mayor of Borough of UMass, do hereby proclaim April 24th, 2015 as Arbor Day in the Borough of UMass, and urge all citizens to support the planting of trees and promote the well-being of this and future generations. Done this 20th day of April 2015. UMass, Pennsylvania. Borough of UMass, Winfield Yopes. Mayor reports progress. Committee reports. Public Works, Mr. Lavenberg.
Nothing to report. Next meeting is May 7th here in council chambers at 3:30. Progress.
Health, Sanitation, and Codes, Mr. Schubsta.
Nothing for official action. The notes from our meeting are on your desk. We did have a lengthy discussion with Chris Karras from Mascaro in regards to some of the issues that we're running into with regards to trash pickup. He was very cooperative. Everything that we talked to him about, he would either he had an answer, which was good to hear, or he was going to look into some of the issues that we were running into. One of the big issues that we do have, and you'll see in there, is a lot of complaints about thrown garbage cans. And he addresses it each week. Every time before they go out, he talks to them about that to place them down, not to just throw them down. The other concerns that were in there, we talked about mixing trash and recycling. He hasn't had too many complaints about that. The one good thing that we did get out of the meeting was we had asked how it stood against the complaints that we had with our previous hauler, and the complaints were actually down from what the previous hauler, who we had before that. They get about 13 calls per week, which is about their average. Again, he said he would be willing to come to our committee meetings once a quarter to discuss any of the problems and issues that we're having. Other than that, if anybody has any questions. Yep.
Just a comment that they do set the cans down, but they often put them right in the street, which I have a problem with that too, because sometimes it's 4 or 5 feet from the curb, so they need to address that too.
That was
Okay.
part of the conversation.
Yep.
Okay, I didn't see it in notes here, so. Thanks.
You got the brief version.
Thanks.
Other than that, I know that the committee will be focusing on rewriting the ordinance as far as health and sanitation is concerned, and report progress.
Thank you. Parks and Recreation, Mr. Anders.
Yes, I have a couple items for official action. We discussed about the pool closing between the first day of school and Labor Day. It was recommended that we're not open during the week when school is in session, that very last week, and then be open Friday through the holiday Monday. We felt that having staff on when the children are all in school didn't make financial sense. So we would like to put that in the form of a motion that the pool will be closed from Monday through Thursday for the week between the first day of school leading up to the Labor Day holiday weekend.
Is there a second? Second by Mr. Ladenburg. Discussion. Mr. Ladenburg.
The Monday on Labor Day, is it still closing at 5? Is that the time that we're closing?
Yeah.
Okay, because I guess there was a comment about closing at 5 when it's a nice day, but got to close sometime, I guess.
Right. Well, and almost everybody that works for the pool would have school the next day.
Right.
Okay, good.
So, and they have to do the end of the season cleanup on that day.
Thank you.
So,
Any further comments, questions, concerns? All those in favor? 6 ayes. Those opposed? Mr. Holzapher is opposed.
Because his time goes back, doesn't mean I have to work.
Also, Megan Melnick came in for the Special Entertainment Commission, and we voted to approve her to serve on the Special Entertainment Commission for the term expiring 6/7/2017, and I'd like to put that in the form of a motion.
Is there a second? Second by Mr. Barrett. Discussion? Just a question, is she filling the term of someone, or is this
It's an open.
an open?
Opening.
Okay. Any further comments, questions, concerns?
How many more
Mr.
openings?
Schultz?
They have a few, 4 or 5.
Ouch.
Losing people.
yeah, up to 9 members, so they would have 4
Four currently.
after that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? There's 7 ayes.
Other than that, again, as I mentioned earlier about the high school playing at the community field, I did want to mention that our Public Works and actually Mr. Pepe completed a light audit at the field, being down there into the evening hours, ensuring that the lights were properly working for all safety issues. They also did the soccer/football field on the backfield as well. And just one other note that the Public Works Department has been out doing baseball fields, softball, all the fields in town, and they've done a phenomenal job out there. And just wanted to give the praise for that as well. And with that, the rest of the notes are there. Otherwise, I'll report progress.
Very good, thank you. Public Safety, our next meeting is May 6th at 3 p.m. I'll report progress. General Administration, Mr. Barrett.
We have one item for official action. You'll see Resolution 2015-13 in your binders. At our meeting, we met with Dick Coase. He had from K Builders. He's working on the Fields at Indian Creek project. And he came to us, expressed a few concerns about when an emergency access bridge would need to be put in. And he's not disputing putting it in at all. I think the committee members were a little concerned of where that conversation was going to go, but he actually wanted a little bit more time to do it, and he really based it strictly on financial reasons. We were still fairly opposed, but then I think the kind of middle ground that we struck was to just set a more controlled parameter. And previously, we were asking for, once the 10th unit was complete, that he would start to build the bridge. We're going to increase that to 20 units, but we're going to put a time frame in there. So 20 units or 9 months, whichever comes first, and then the bridge must be finished within 6 months. So it actually ends up, in my opinion, it gives him the ability to raise the funds, but also controls the parameters a little bit more, and so that emergency access is in a timely manner. So I'll place that in the form of a motion to read in short title resolutions.
It's just
No,
to adopt
Just to adopt,
Resolution
okay.
2015-13.
There you go.
Is there a second? Second by Mr. Lavenberg. Discussion? All those in favor? We have 7 ayes.
This is a resolution that all of you would need to sign tonight, if you could, please.
Also, it's conditional on him accepting it and returning it within the 10 days and all that stuff.
Yes. Other than that, I have no other items that require official action. Our next meeting is May 13th at 9 a.m. Progress.
Thank you. Budget and Finance, Mr. Holzapfel.
Thank you, ma'am. The only thing I have on my agenda this evening would be the bill list. I will read the resolution. Resolution 2015-12, resolved by Borough Council to authorize payment of the April 20th bill list as follows. Bill list, $334,392.08. Payroll number 8, $127,161.41. Payroll taxes, $43,913.35 for a total of $505,471.84. Done this 20th of April 2015. I will make that in the form of a motion.
Is there a second? Second by Mr. Schubstadt. Discussion? Could you just state the payroll number again, please? I think you made an error in that.
Payroll number 8, $127,166.41.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All those in favor? We have 7 ayes.
And with that, I'll report progress.
Thank you. Community Relations Planning and Development, Mr. Brown.
Nothing for official action for tonight, just real quick, brief. We had the 1-year anniversary reopening, grand opening of South Mountain Cycles, which was just a really well-attended function downtown. So again, they're there for 1 year. So I will report, our next meeting is May 12th at 4:15 here in Chambers. I'll report progress.
Thank you. Personal Appeals Part 2. Anyone with a personal appeal, please step forward, sign in, state your name and address for the record, and you have 5 minutes. Hearing none. Borough Manager's Report. Mr. Pepe.
In your binders, the significant revenue and expense items for the first half of April. If you have any questions on that?
So Shane, we go from snow to now lawn, huh?
Yeah. I was just, I was thinking that Saturday, looking out of my backyard going, I didn't even put the snow blower away out of the garage yet.
And
I gotta go
You
get
got
the
the lawnmower
lawnmower.
out.
I had to do the same thing. It's
Yeah.
Anyone have any questions for the manager? No? Okay. You report progress?
Progress.
Progress. President's Business. In your binder this evening, you will find a proposal from Mock and Hump Benefits Group. The pension board met April 8th, and we interviewed 4 firms that had applied for actuarial services. And the pension board is recommending that we hire Mock and Hump Benefits Group out of Pittsburgh to serve in the capacity of actuaries. If there are any questions, everybody read their proposals. As you can see, their fees are less than what we've been paying through Conrad Siegel. This was a unanimous recommendation from the board. Mr. Lavenberg?
Is there something that stood out from that? I mean, we had that company for a long time, and I know we are bidding out services to save taxpayers money and improve services, which it seems like it's going to do both here, but I'm just curious to see if there's anything that stands out from this company, from the old company, that maybe the committee's excited
Yeah,
about.
Go ahead. You want to answer that?
First of all, Mock and Hop, so their specialty is municipal pension actuaries. So that's one of the things. Mock and Hop and our current actuary are really, they probably control the market in the state of Pennsylvania in terms of who has them. One of the things was accessibility. Our current actuary, we've seen twice in 20 years, actually physically at the borough. They were both within the last 3 months. These guys travel all year long. They're out here all the time. So I think that's one of the things that the committee looked at. They looked at accessibility, they looked at the fees, and they felt that, it was time with all the rest of the RFPs, looking at costs, looking at how much money gets pumped into things like the pension. Wherever we can save $1 is where we need to save $1. And if the quality of work is the same, which these guys are, they have a very good reputation, if the quality of work is the same or better, then there's really no reason not to make that move. And I think that was really the sentiment of the entire board. And please, if there's,
No, you covered it. It was.
Thank you. I'll
Mr.
make a
Lehman.
motion that we approve Mock and Hop for their services at the proposed fees.
Is there a second? Second by Mr. Anders. Discussion?
Just, what's the term? I might have missed it. For this, is this a yearly?
I believe we covered it yearly.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I think if I remember correctly, it is yearly,
It's
yeah.
yearly. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, we do reappoint every year,
Okay, thank you.
yeah. Any further discussion? All those in favor? We have 7 ayes. That was all I had for President's business. That's about it. Is there a motion to adjourn? We are finished for this evening, gentlemen. Motion by Mr. Labenberg, second by Mr. Barrett. Discussion. All those in favor? We have 7 ayes. We are adjourned
That
at
might be a record.
7:28.
I think that's a record.